In a distant land, cloaked in endless winter, the ground never softened. The trees were bare, the river still, and the sky was always gray. People spoke in whispers, as if afraid to disturb the cold. They built thick walls around their homes, and thicker walls around their hearts. No one dreamed, no one dared. But in a worn-down cottage at the edge of the village, a young boy sat near an empty fireplace, humming to himself, eyes glowing with something no one else had: hope. The boy had no coat, no shoes, no riches, only an old scarf and a quiet smile. But deep within him, there was a flicker, something he couldn't name. It wasn't a real fire. It didn't warm his hands. Yet when the wind howled, he stood taller. When others shivered in fear, he felt alive. "There's something burning inside me," he often whispered to the snow. "It doesn't melt ice, but it keeps me from freezing." The villagers saw him climb trees in the cold, sing in the storm, dance in the silence. They shook their heads. "Foolish boy, he'll freeze chasing his invisible fire. Better to stay quiet and safe." The boy heard them, but he never stopped. He didn't fight their words, because he wasn't trying to prove them wrong. He was only trying to follow his fire. One morning, while the village still slept, he looked toward the distant mountain, a place no one dared to go. "If my fire is real," he thought, "I need to know what it can survive." And so, with nothing but will, he began to climb. The snow was deep. The wind tore through his scarf. Each step was heavier than the last. But the flame inside whispered, "Not yet. Keep going." Halfway up, his legs gave out. He fell face first into the snow, breath shallow, body trembling. The storm laughed around him, and for the first time, the flame dimmed. What if they were right? He thought. What if it was just imagination? But then, he remembered every time he stood tall, every time he smiled in the cold. He whispered through chattering teeth, "Even if no one sees it, I have to keep it alive, for me." And the flame flickered once more. He pushed himself to his feet, not with strength, but with conviction. He didn't walk now. He rose, carried by something deeper than muscle. As he reached the peak, the clouds parted. A soft light touched his face, and suddenly, the fire inside him burst into brilliance. It didn't burn him. It became him. He didn't just survive the climb. He became the warmth the world had forgotten. Far below, the villagers saw a glow on the mountaintop. Not fire, not sun, something else. They gathered, silent and uncertain, and as they watched, something stirred inside them. Memories of warmth, of dreams, of laughter long forgotten. One child stepped forward, then another. "I want to see what he saw," they said. And as they walked, the embers within them began to burn again. That boy never returned to the village, because he didn't need to. He had become a story, a symbol, not of glory, not of conquest, but of quiet courage. The courage to believe in the unseen, the courage to carry light when all else is dark, the courage to protect the fire within. Your fire may not warm others at first. It may not be loud or visible, but it is yours. And if you guard it, one day it will light a path for someone else, and from your flame, 1,000 more will rise. So if this story warms something in you, if you've ever felt a flicker the world couldn't see, keep it alive. And if you want more stories like this, stories that whisper hope and strength into the silence, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, share this story with someone who needs their fire rekindled, because the fire within was never meant to stay alone.